Hi, in this technology era, we hear a lot of things about the startups and how exactly the startups are different from the conventional projects. So let us watch this video. A startup is basically a young small company which is trying to find solution to unfulfilled needs or pain points of the customers leveraging the technology. So the most important aspect is that unfulfilled need. The customer has already got some issue. There are some unaddressed pain points. That is what is trying to address. Let us see some examples. For example, someone wants to take care of a mobile phone charging. Today, the biggest challenge for everyone is that the mobile phone has to be charged there. So how to do it? So a lot of companies are working on that. Similarly, someone wants to take care of my health because I'm so busy looking out doing so many things. So there must be some health tracker or some device to take care of all my parameters and give me some warnings or whatever is required. Home delivery. Home delivery is a birthright of Indians. Today, Indians want everything to be home delivered, and today it is more relevant in the Corona era because people are not able to go outside. And one of the important area where the home delivery make a big impact is the diagnostics. Earlier it was started only for the old people. Today everybody finds it's very convenient to utilize this particular service. So home delivery is one of the important thing as part of the startup. I am fed up with washing and ironing my clothes every now and then. So is there any solution to me? Definitely. In fact, today we are talking about nano textiles and where you need not have to wash the clothes, you need not to iron them because it will not be attracting dirt. So a lot of future is there for all the nano textiles. Can someone take care of my 3 months old baby? Yes, because babysitting is a very big issue, and even this kindergarten and other schools are not able to take the small children. So humanoids may be a real solution. So you can make very customized humanoids. So startups are working on such type of humanoids. In fact, very many organizations working on large number of robots to be utilized at home, and humanoid is one such example. My cow should give milk all the 365 days. The dairy farmers, one of the biggest challenges is that they have a large population of cattle, but the cattle do not give milk all the 365 days because of the normal process. So someone has found out a method so that the cow will give milk all the 365 days. It drastically will improve the economical viability of the dairy farmer. How to get the best price for my tea leaves from my tea garden? Because tea auctioning, all of you know that they all go in large volume. Sometimes I will be having some unique variety of tea leaves, but I may not be able to get a price. So one of the tea startups is able to get a price as high as about 5 lakhs of rupees per kg of tea, and that is really a big success. So like that, we have a large number of unaddressed pain points, and startups can really give a solution, really a value addition to what you're looking for. So let us see some of the successful startups. Link is one app many of you will be knowing. It's basically a mini truck renting. Swiggy, I think everyone will be knowing about it because basically a food app. The Big Basket, online grocery shopping. Ola, everyone will know definitely. Online booking of auto and taxis. Of course, definitely all these companies using their technology architecture, they're also trying to do a lot of other things. Ola also trying to come into areas like Big Basket and Swiggy and other places also because the business models are similar. And similarly, if you see Oyo, online budget hotel booking. So now this Oyo is now trying to address the student segments particularly because students accommodation is a big issue in many countries, and so Oyo is trying to find some cost-effective solution. Similarly, Naukri is a Indian job portal. Redbus, it's an online ticket booking system for long distance buses. It comes in very convenient. It's hassle-free. By sitting at your home, you can do excellent bus booking anywhere, wherever you are going there. Similarly, the Magic Bigs is a online rental agency. You need not to talk to a broker, and you don't have any of this mental agony. It's a very painless job. So there are a lot of startups are all coming up, and many startups are very successful. Mainly they are because they're able to address the pain points of the customer. Because you're working on the pain points of customers, obviously once they become successful in launching, definitely there will be a lot of takers. Okay, so now we are going to see a very important area how these startups are different from the conventional project. First one, you are looking for the USP, unique selling proportion. In a conventional project, there is no USP. Whereas in a startups, the project itself is a USP. So definitely it should have a USP, otherwise the startups will not be a startup. The project risk. In a conventional project, the project risk is very, very low. It is adequately addressed by the bankers. So you may not have much of project risk because a lot of things are already planned there. Whereas the startup is full of project risk because you're actually working on some of the new area. So it may or may not be successful. The project funding pattern. It's one of the important areas of project funding pattern. All the conventional projects are mostly funded largely by debt and some amount of equity. Otherwise, if you see a typical startup projects, 100% funding is done either by the promoter or by the angel funds or the venture capitalists or venture funds or whatever it is. So these are all 100% equity funded. That is a very important difference between a conventional project and the startup project. Because the project has got a lot of amount of risk, the bankers are not in a position to fund this. But today the banks have come up with some new schemes and all that. To some extent, even the startups are also ready to fund. The fourth is the stage of funding. In a typical conventional project, the funding is done only once. Once the funding is complete, the project appraisal is over, project funding is done. Probably they'll go only for the working capital funds. And later on, if they go for any expansion and all that or modernization, they may get some funds. Otherwise, the project funding is very, very limited in a conventional project. Whereas in a startup, at every milestone, the funding is being done. Depending upon the story you're able to build, depending upon the visibility you're able to get, more and more funds flow into the project. It depends upon your growth stories. Change of ownership. In a conventional project, the change of ownership means there is something seriously wrong with the organization or that there is no understanding between the promoters and the bankers, so that results in ownership change. Whereas in a startup, the ownership change is a very common one. Some owners will come there, new owners will come. I mean, it's like a musical chair, so it's not a very big issue as far as ownership is concerned in a startups. Then the project viability assessment and stages. If you see the conventional project, the viability assessment is done only in the beginning. Once the viability is completed, the project is viable, then there is no going back at all. The project will be continuously going on. Whereas in a startup project, what happens at every stage of funding, the project viability is assessed. As and when you are able to create some new milestones, you are able to build up new stories. So according to the viability, be assessed and more funding will come and all that. So project viability is a dynamic exercise in a startup project, whereas it's mostly a one-time exercise in a conventional project. Then the return on investment. In a conventional project, the return on investment will be normally about driven by IRR. It will be about 3 to 4% more than your weighted average cost of capital. So that exactly the project return. Whereas in startups, the return on investment is anybody's guess. Depending upon the success of the project, it can go to any extent. Nobody can really predict what will be the return of investment. If the project fails, then you know the story. Then the market potential. If you see the conventional project, the market potential has to be there. Unless the market potential is there, the bankers will not fund the project. Whereas in a startups, the market may or may not exist. Market has to be developed. So market potential may not be existing when the project idea is conceived there. And the project success in a conventional project purely depends upon the market potential, the ability of the promoter to put the project successfully. But in the other case, in a startup case, the ability to transform your dream into a success, giving a shape, that itself is a big success. So finally, all boils down to how exactly you're putting innovation into the whole process. If you see, the mobile phone is a game changer in communication, banking, and e-commerce. Similarly, the color sorter is a game changer in the modern rice mill. Similarly, the ready-mix concrete and concrete pump is a game changer in construction industry, and Nirma is a game changer in the washing powder industry. Earlier, there was only one washing powder using caustic soda ash, but today we are having a Nirma based on caustic potassium sodium hydroxide, and that's a big game changer in the washing powder industry. Similarly, the Gujarat Ambuja cement has bought a logistics model where instead of transporting cement, only the clinker was transported very close to the market, and cement is produced finally near the customer. That is a big game-changing model. So hope this short video help you to understand how exactly the startups are all different to the conventional projects and what are the issues and challenges present there, how to take full advantage of it. I think it would have given you some idea. Thanks for patiently listening to the video. Thank you once again.